Vinyl community, welcome back. Another Thrift Digs video for you. What you're listening to, I'm going to start off with this. This was a total blind buy at the thrift store. I kind of had a hunch what it would be from the back cover, and it was I was bang on the money. This is an original cast recording of a stage show from 1970 featuring Oscar Brown Jr., a singer-songwriter, wrote for Mahalia Jackson, worked with Max Roach, wrote for Nina Simone, covered one of his songs, Gene Pace, and kind of the sultry, jazzy vocals there, and a Brazilian accordionist and percussionist, Savuka. So kind of Afro-Brazilian soul with that kind of Latin vibe to it. Recording of a stage show, original cast recording. This is called Under the Sun. That's when it hits. Very soulful, that kind of Latin rhythm to it. It's a cover of Afro Blue on here, also by Gene Pace. New version of Brown Baby, which Oscar Brown Jr. wrote, was done by Mahalia Jackson. Gets into a bit of social issues of the time, a couple of kind of monologue sections. Moving on, found this one at the thrift store, Many Voices of Miriam Makeba. I think this is only their second album. Just unbelievable condition on this one. Cap label, early 60s. Miriam Makeba collections coming along. Frigid Pink, heavy blues rock album, very heavy. This wasn't in the best condition. I was kind of humming and hawing whether to pick it up or not. I decided to take a chance on it, and it ended up playing very well. Sounds very loud, very dynamic. Parrot label, of course. Of course, they're best known for their cover of House of the Rising Sun. This was another one in excellent condition, Delaney and Bonnie, Motel Shot. It's one I didn't have from them. It was an attempt to kind of recreate one of their jam sessions in a studio setting. Delaney and Bonnie and friends, of course they have some pretty decent friends. Duane Allman on guitar here, Graham Parsons, Jim Keltner, Leon Russell. Not too shabby. Beautiful condition on this one on the yellow Atco label. I never really listened to any Exotica, but I spotted this one in the thrift store and I had to pick it up. Just gorgeous cover art there, very nice condition on the Somerset label. A little bit of writing on there. Cheers, Reg. This is by the Surfman. It's kind of the typical Exotica sounds, I guess you would say. A bit of funky percussion in there, but the Surfman actually includes Paul Horn, who's well known for his own jazz records, and also Milt Holland on there. So that was a cool find. Lorindo Almeida. I kind of keep coming across this guy's records. This one's in beautiful condition as well. Mid-60s, I think, on this one. Capital Rainbow. Just cool, laid-back bossa nova. I'll get into a bit of this one. This was another blind buy at the thrift store. This is from 1969. It's a Canadian one. Robert Charlebois. This is called Quebec Love. Signature on there. I don't know if it's printed that way or that's an actual autograph. He was a Quebec singer, kind of in the chanson tradition, but kind of a new generation, updating it with the influences of rock and a little bit of psych on there. This was a time of, the 1960s was a time of increasing Quebec nationalism, an increasing cultural pride. This record's on the Gamma label, by the way. I'll give you a needle drop on this one. So Robert Charlebois gets into a bit of psychedelia. There's I suspect a bit of political commentary on here, or social commentary, lyrics all in French of course, but he's got songs like Le Canada, the title track Quebec Love. There's one track on here called Sensations, which adapts words by Arthur Rimbaud. huge influence on Jim Morrison's writing. So I will give you a taste of this one. As I said, 1960s was a time of increasing Quebec nationalism. The year after this record came out, it came to a head in 1970 when a militant terrorist group called the Front de Liberation de Quebec kidnapped 2 diplomats, ended up murdering one of them, and then Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, the father of our current Prime Minister, imposed a state of martial law in Quebec, sent in the military to deal with the situation. So that is the background of this record.
Si j'avais les ailes d'un ange, je partirais pour Québec.
Québec.
Si j'avais des lumières sur mon bain, je partirais pour Québec. Si j'avais plus de gasoline, je monterais toutes les belles collines. Quand la noirceur sera venue, j'allumerai les lumières pour ma vue. Et je roulerai dans la nuit en chantant ces jolies mélodies. J'ai passé belle.
One more Thrift Find Blind Buy. It's a jazz one. It's actually a private press out of my hometown, Vancouver, on the center line label. I'll give you a taste of this one as well. This is by Bobby Hale's big band called One of My Bags. It's from 1975. He was a big band, jazz band leader, composer, worked with the CBC quite a bit, actually composed a suite of music for the Calgary Olympics in 1988. And he also composed the theme music for the Beachcombers TV show, which ran from 1972 to 1990. It was like the longest running show in Canadian history. If you grew up in Canada in the 1970s and 80s, you knew that show, and the theme music you would recognize instantly. And that was him performing it. When I was a kid, I remember going up to the town where that show was filmed, about a couple hours north of here, up the coast, and seeing some of the spots where they used to film at. So this record is a mix of kind of big band, jazz, and a little bit of jazz funk on here too. Here's a track called Fireball. Kind of cop show jazz funk. Bobby Hale died in 2016, age 82. He says he was paid $63 for the theme song for the Beachcombers, which was played for over 40 years. Or not 40 years. 1972 to 1990. It's not 40 years. $63. Apparently they wore out the tapes, they played it so much, had to re-record it. I had a huge thrift haul of Latin records in just gorgeous condition. I wasn't going to show these on video, but I thought, what the heck, I will anyway. I haven't played all of these, but they're a range of styles from kind of and a range of years from the early 1960s to early 1980s, as far as I can ascertain. Not all of these are, in fact, quite a few of them are not on Discogs. First off, there was 2 by Alberto Cortez. I'm guessing this is going to be kind of a ballad type thing. Gamma label. I wonder if that's the same Gamma label as that Robert Chavois record. Another one by him, Alberto Cortez, still in shrink, as several of these are. Was Hispavox label. Jalisco, I'm guessing this is going to be kind of a mariachi record, RCA Camden label. Los Chulambilis de España. Guessing that might be tangos or maybe mariachis again. Jose Gamboa Ceballos, I have listened to this one. It's kind of orchestral Latin music, kind of Javier Cugat-ish. There were several by one singer called Marco Antonio Muniz. I'd never heard of him. Apparently he was very popular in the Latin world. Somebody must have been a fan because there was quite a few of them. This one's got kind of a cool cover. Marco Antonio Muniz, still in shrink. As I said, anywhere from the 60s up to the early 80s on these. All in excellent condition. Most of them kept in plastic sleeves. Rocking the striped sport coat there. This one's got kind of a cool cover too. I've listened to a couple of these and I actually enjoyed them quite a bit. It's kind of that Sinatra-ish kind of crooner, but with that Latin orchestral backing, giving it kind of a bit more of a swing to it. El Despertar, that was a good one. Marco Antonio Muniz again with the fashion. Another one by him. Gonna whip through these pretty fast. I haven't listened to most of them. Collaborating with a big band there. Another one. Marco Antonio Muniz. One more by him. Adelante. Still in shrink. I believe this is his debut. Early 60s. RCA Victor, as most of these are. Very nice album. Fumando Espero. Trio Argentina. This is Tangos, and the reason I know that is because they helpfully put it on there, Tango. El Mariachi de mi Tierra. This has got a date actually of 1959 on there. Ursula Wenzel, previous owner's name. An Orpheon label, and it looks old. Again, kept in a plastic inner sleeve. I haven't listened to this one yet. Un Manuel Serra. Haven't listened to this one. Kind of a cool cover. Caught my eye. Still in shrink. Now, the real prize of this haul was a couple of Brazilian records. And you never see original Brazilian records in my area. That's crazy. But I found this one. I'm pretty sure this is Brazilian. It is a Mexican pressing, but from what I've been able to figure out, he is Brazilian. Silvinho, Revelación de Silvinho. Apparently his name was Silvio Lima. Recorded quite a few albums. Not all on Discogs. Actually, I can't find this one on Discogs. I'll give you a little taste of this. He is a singer. There's some boleros, some mambos on here, and a couple of sambas. So we will give you a little taste of that. 3. Another Brazilian one, 70s on this one, 1970s. Jair Rodrigues, Jair, I'm not sure how that's pronounced in Portuguese. Curo Camendo. Again on the Philips label, kept in a plastic sleeve. Can be some Brazilian MPB or samba, perhaps. But the real, absolute score of this haul, Tamba Trio. Brazil Saluda a Mexico. Excellent condition. 1966 on this one. Philips label. Brazilian Bossa Nova. La Chica de Ipanema. The Girl from Ipanema. En Espanol. Last thrift find. I'm not bringing it back to Miriam Makeba again. In concert. It's one I didn't have by her. Very nice shape. Bit of cover wear. Blue reprise. So that's what I got for you today, VC. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I want to give a couple of quick shout outs. I don't do that often enough. Check out Hippie DJ Kit's channel. He needs a lot more subscribers. He's over in Greece, shows some amazing psychedelic records you've never heard of. He'll show. John, 6-inch pianist, check him out. James Griffiths, the vinyl professor. I'm sure everybody knows him, but if you don't, what are you waiting for? Go check his channel out. Hope you enjoyed, guys. I have some record store finds as well to share with you. I'll do that in a separate video. So for now, cheers, take care, peace.